Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about, are we due for a crash in 2024? We're going to be talking about pretty much what the experts are saying, like Warren Buffett, and we're going to be looking at very popular indicators as well as very popular index funds like the S&P 500. We're going to be looking at pretty much the AI tech giant NVIDIA and answering that main question of, is this thing overvalued and should you possibly wait on your next investment? So I hope you guys will enjoy it. If you guys do, hit that like button and subscribe. Also guys, we have amazing news. We have a brand new swing trading school where we talk about my strategies, my mindset, how I find stocks. It's a one-stop shop for all of your trading needs. I highly recommend it, and you guys can use code YouTube to get 20% off. All caps, YouTube. Check it out. But guys, all right, let's dive into this here. So looking at the S&P 500, which represents the top 500 companies in the United States, you guys can see that lately we've been on a non-stop roar of straight buying pressure, which is a very normal and healthy thing to see. But normally, on average, what we see, historically, looking back at previous data, is we possibly always see one correction. I'm not saying we're going to get a full reset in the stock market or the next Great Depression, but I definitely see a little pullback, something that is very healthy and probably overdue. We're seeing massive companies like NVIDIA already up 70% year to date, which, yeah, the company is pretty much invested into one of the largest sectors right now that we're seeing, which is artificial intelligence and technology, which I get it's not going anywhere. But for a stock that, in 2023 was up 200%, and this year alone it's up another 75%, we're due for a possible little pullback. And I understand that, yes, we could end the year with NVIDIA being up over $1,000 a share. But I think before then, we could see the stock go from about $800 to at least probably $650, something very healthy, sustainable, kind of a little dip. Historically, looking back at NVIDIA, you guys can kind of see that it's normal for this stock to fluctuate a little bit. And with that being said, all those people in here, when the stock was $340, saying, all right, this thing's going to 500, and then it slowly started stair-stepping its way back down before we got some great buying pressure. I understand NVIDIA is a great stock. I own shares myself. And that's the thing. I definitely think it's going to be a possible correction and not a crash. Those are two very important differences. Another thing that's very important is something called the greed and fear index. Historically, when we're seeing greed, that's when we see corrections or crashes. And when we see extreme fear, that always represents a good opportunity to buy low. So it's kind of like a little bit flipped, right? You always think of greed, of everything's going to go up forever, but that's not the case, and then extreme fear, you think it's going to go down forever. So it's always important to be cautious when others are greedy and then go all in when others are fearful, during times of recession. So guys, this is super important for me. Another thing that I think is very important, looking at pretty much like one of the best investors of all time, Berkshire Hathaway here, you guys can see this company makes money from investing into other companies. So, it's like a fun little stock here. But one thing that I think is very important is looking at this. So Berkshire Hathaway, they pretty much released their earnings, which gives you all the revenues, the cash that they have, and they actually beat expectations, which is good. But one thing that definitely drew my attention was their cash. So normally they try to leave their money in investments because it grows, right? It's common sense here. But as of December 31st, 2023, Berkshire Hathaway held approximately $167.6 billion in cash in short-term securities. Now, this is up from $157 billion. So they added a little bit of $10 billion in cash. Now, there's one of two reasons why. One, they don't see any opportunity for investments, or two, they're holding it for buying stocks at a cheaper price. What does that mean? A possible correction. When the stock market sells off, that's the time to load up, and Warren Buffett knows that. Right now, we're seeing all-time highs. You always hear buy low, sell high. Right now, we're seeing high, which Does this mean you shouldn't invest? Absolutely not. Just because looking back at previous history, all those people that invested during 2007 before the 2008 crash, they're up on their money handsomely, but it all comes down to time frame. So right now, yes, we could see a pullback, but it's always better to have time in the market than trying to time the market, and use these opportunities if the market does sell off to load up on shares. That's my plan. That's my strategy when it comes to answering that question of, are we due for a crash? It's like, honestly, I hope we do see a crash because I want to buy some stocks at a cheaper price. And that's the approach I have with it, and the approach I would recommend. But overall, guys, this is all my opinion, so do your own research before you invest, and we'll see you guys later. Hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Take care.